Morning. Well, excuse the hat and the unmade up face, but A, it's pouring with rain, and B, I've just been in the gym and had a sauna, so yeah, no makeup, never mind. Actually, I wanted to talk not about fitness this morning, even though I have just come out of the gym, but about travel. So the first week of every new year is a time I really enjoy. I love making resolutions and writing them all down, but I also love planning my travel. And travel for me is a very particular thing. It's, generally speaking, I have to say, not about sitting on sun loungers. Nothing wrong with that. Lovely to relax and all that stuff, and important that you do. But for me, travel is about adventure, exploration, testing myself physically, and just discovering new cultures. I suppose I'm quite a curious person, and so travel answers a lot of my curiosity, and I really enjoy it for that reason. So the big thing every year, every new year, is where am I going to go this year? And in the last couple of years, I've focused quite a lot on Europe. And I think the reason for that is A, that it fits into my schedule. You know, you can actually do quite a lot in 3 days in a European country, taking into account the time it takes to travel. It's quite an efficient use of time. So I tend to do more short haul travel than I do long haul. And this year, I'm thinking of some of those sort of slightly lesser known places. Some of them are familiar to me already because I've been and just love them so much I want to go back. And others are completely new. So on my list this year, in terms of newness, is Tallinn, which looks like it ticks all my boxes. Beautiful, historic city, lots of good food, very important. Hopefully some snow. Some dog sledding and some Langlauf cross-country skiing, and I think we can even do sort of igloo living and some saunas. So fantastic. That just, as I say, ticks all my boxes. So that sounds like a long weekend to me. And then I have always wanted to go to Armenia. It's a slightly longer journey, but not really. It's probably about 3.5, 4 hours. I'm not sure. I haven't checked it out exactly. But I know very little about Armenia other than the capital is Yerevan, and it has some gorgeous mountains. And I very much want to go with my friend and walk in nature, because I think it's relatively unexplored by tourism and probably has some wonderful secrets to share. And Sofia, that's another one, capital of Bulgaria, that I'd really love to go and see. Again, for me, it's all about history, culture, and the fact that it has such a strong Roman connection. So I'm definitely going to do that as a short break. Then I would absolutely love to go walking again in two of my favourites, Slovenia and Corsica, both of which I think are utterly stunning. Probably, again, slightly less visited than some of the more obvious places that we think about. But I think they are just glorious. You can't ask for more spectacular nature than you get in Slovenia and Corsica. And then we'll see where we go from there. But the other thing I wanted to say is that my son actually asked me a really interesting question recently, and he said, how much do you think you spend on travel every year? And the answer is probably not very much, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm a big Avios fan, although there is a slight sting in the tail here, and I have always religiously collected my Avios by using an Amex credit card, or Barclaycard does an Avios card as well. And what that allows you to do, and you may not know this, but on BA you can fly, assuming there's availability of course, to any European destination for £1 plus some Avios, which makes it a really attractive proposition, because then you're just looking at your accommodation, and I'm not really fussed about accommodation. I'll sleep in a tent, in an igloo. I don't really care, as long as it's authentic, basically clean. As I say, I'm not fussed. So this British Airways thing did make that opportunity to travel really, really affordable. So yes, that's how I managed to travel, especially in Europe, for not too great a cost. However, and there is a sting in the tail, BA has just changed its executive club structure so that it's now really based on what you spend as opposed to how far you travel or how many flights you take. And what I'm talking about here is that you used to have tiers, bronze, silver, gold, and actually the benefits that come with silver, and I've never been gold, are really helpful. You get to use the lounges, you get some priority boarding. It kind of all makes the journey faster, easier, etc., etc. And they've stopped that now, so I don't know if I'm going to carry on being a loyal BA customer. I may switch to Virgin or Qatar, or there's some really good airlines out there who want the business, so we'll see. And that could have been a bit of an own goal there, British Airways. But anyway, that aside, I'm very excited about 2025 and the travelling. And for me, it is about the destination, but it's also about the journey. It's about the experience, who you meet, what you see, what you eat. And I love going with friends who have the same interests as me, especially if it involves climbing mountains, because I can assure you it's a misery climbing a mountain with someone who doesn't want to be there. So that's it. So I wonder where you're going. Do tell me what your plans are this year. I'm excited about mine, and I've just got to hope that the flights are available, and then off we trot. So I think my first trip will be sometime in February, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, speak to you soon.